You are tuned in to episode 100, 100, the Goodfellas podcast. It's your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. Got my man VP Shane in the building. What's going on, little bro?
Surviving.
And down the bottom, getting his drink ready. My guy, BoxingFirst Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt Bayless, aka Mr. 1K. What's going on, big bro?
Oh man, just enjoyed myself tap dancing on them Cambosis fan skulls this weekend.
Oh man. Special episode 100. Kind of just flew by, to be honest with you. I remember doing these, like, just starting out these joints, man. So to get to 100, that's a big stamp for us. You know what I'm saying? We will be dropping a link in the description for people to jump on in, chop it up with us. But we coming off of a really good weekend. Devin Haney went into hostile territory, did what he had to do. Now he is the undisputed champion of the world at 135 pounds. Cool boy Scooter, Stephen Fulton cruised to a decision over Danny Roman. We also had David Morrell. He looked good in his fight against Calvin Henderson. Got a 4th round stoppage. Joe Cordina with the knockout of the weekend. That thing was crazy over Ogawa.
I don't know. I might have to get out to the Maloney boy.
The Maloney one was good too. The Maloney one was good.
If I'm giving it to anyone, I'm giving it to Lucas Brown, bro.
To who?
To Lucas Brown.
Come on, bro. That shit is highly questionable, bro. And I need my money back. So I did reach out about that question, Jeff. So waiting for an email back right now.
You ain't getting your money back, bro. I'll tell you that one.
Nah, bro. At least my betting wager. Maybe not the winnings I should have got, but I need that original money back. Or
you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that back, bro.
I'm telling you okay? Is that, bro? There has to be regulation for things like that. So you telling me you know for a fact that these betting sites don't? Because if this was the streets, I'm at the bookie, bro. I'm just telling you. So
I mean, I'm keeping it real, bro. In order for a regulated betting site to give you back your money, there's gonna have to be a change in that decision. That decision ain't gonna change.
Huh?
That decision ain't gonna change.
Why you believe that? So you saying no other boxing decisions have changed in the course of history of boxing?
I've never said that. I've seen fights where there's way more contention and it's still not gone into a no contest, bro. I've seen fighters go into fights failing drug tests the day before the fight and still not getting still not being a no contest, bro. I've seen fights where dudes have been hit below the belt, hit after the bell, everything. Hit when they're on the floor. I've seen everything that you could see.
The difference for what you're saying is with 1,000 to 1 underdog, and I'm sure a lot of people dropping 1,400 on the favorite, bro, it's going to be a lot of barking in these streets. People get to barking, things get to moving to in a certain direction. So you can say that, and my understanding from how people move about their money is very different.
But it's the same situation with a situation like a Jack Catterall. Jack Catterall was a massive underdog against Josh Taylor.
But the difference with that is, bro, that was a decision based on judging. This one is not just based on judging. It's based on what's legal, what's not legal.
No, but what you got to understand is there's many things that happen that's illegal in a fight.
I get that. This illegally ended the fight. That's all I'm saying.
So did Crawford and Amir Khan. He hit him below the belt, and guess what? On the it doesn't say no contest. It says Crawford by stoppage.
Okay, we know that matters not when you're talking about somebody with a glass jaw.
No, of course he didn't get hit on the jaw. He got hit below the belt.
That's irrelevant to my fact of dude that got dropped out had never been knocked out.
How much you gonna bet, bro? How much you gonna bet? How much you
again, I'm not saying that you're not right, but again, this is coming from somebody we already know. You came to this planet to sprout hate, that black heart shit. But I'm just being an optimist because I know how I move, and I'm telling you what the rules of real society matter. See that this internet shit, you can't control that. But when we talking around, we gotta get out in these streets. And it's some demonstrations and activities popping. We're going to see what rules really play and what rules don't.
I hear what you're saying, bro. I'm just telling you, I can literally off the
I
dome.
know this too, and I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you.
I've seen, like, I remember, I'll give you an example. I remember when, in a clear fight, Joseph Parker, Dylan White. Joseph Parker, accidental head clash. Then you could visibly see on the score on the replay, accidental head clash. It was given as a knockdown. Joseph Parker, they appealed it. It's nothing happened from it. Another example is Jeff. You remember in the Vodzik Beterbiev fight?
Yeah.
The first round, Beterbiev throws Vodzik on the floor, and they rule it a knockdown. You remember that in the first round of that fight? That's my point. Like, these things are always brought into contention.
What I'm asking you is, Shane, you young, so I get all of those things that you're saying are not in your favor. But what I'm asking you is, do you know for a fact that bookies, once they get an official ruling on a particular past contest, won't hand back your betting wager? You're telling me you know that for a fact. I doubt that.
I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised.
Oh, I won't.
I don't have a real answer for it. But when you get a response on that, definitely let me know for future reference. But big shout out.
But to correct Shane, I've already gotten my money back because FanDuel just was doing that when they had when they had the round bet to win in this round, to win in this round, to win in this round. You bet on every round, they take your money. And then they say, well, you misunderstood what we were saying. Like the fight, had to be ended in that round, not that the person is just going to win the round. You see what I'm saying? So the way they wordplay shit is just the society we live in. So you got to be able to wiggle around that wordplay and make sure you 10 toes down on your position. That's all. Facts.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, so you could just get through these comments. I will be.
It's not a bad news. You're just a hater, bro. You like the Grim Reaper in a blue hoodie.
No, bro. Bro, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something that happened with me. I didn't accumulate. I won every fight on the card. I won every fight. I think I was supposed to win 300-400 when I bet on this. One fight ended up as a no contest. The whole parlay was finished. One fight ended up as a no contest.
But that's where you gotta understand betting rules. If one fight ended up as a no contest, that basically downgrades your parlay from whatever number to the lowest amount numbers. They still gotta pay you, bro.
Yeah, of course they gotta pay. Of course they gotta pay me. But this is my point. My fight, the fight who I won, had originally won the fight, and then it got turned into a no contest. You see my point? So I still didn't end up with any money. I still end up with the no contest result. You see my point?
Well,
it just depends.
Was that recent? Was that recent?
This was 2019.
Yeah. So basically, if you got a 6-bet parlay and one of your joints is a no contest, and everything else wins, it just goes from a 16 to a 5-team parlay, and you win the 5-team parlay.
Yeah, I know.
That's how it's supposed to go. Yeah. But big shout out to Adrian in the building. He said, "What's up, fellas? What's up with you, family?"
Adrian, anyone in the comment section, if you guys want to jump on, the links in the description.
Burt Wood, my OG in the building, man. Big shout out to Burt Wood. Said, Shane, do you believe you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Robert Garcia announces he's training Anthony Joshua versus Usyk.
No, I don't. I think you can teach an old dog new tricks, but you teach them new tricks using their old attributes.
I think you can teach a old dog a new trick or two. but I think there's definitely a limit.
Yeah, I just have to use the foundation of their skill, like of what they have. You can teach someone new, but it has to be using the attributes that they already have. Just implementing what they already have and maximizing it. That's what I would say. You can't turn an Antonio Margarito into a Floyd Mayweather. That's something you just can't do.
Yeah. What you got, Vlog?
Neither one of y'all are wrong. Like you said, it just depends on what your natural ability is compared to the task that needs to be learned. They gotta coincide, and the trainer has to be able to gauge what this dude can learn and what he can't.
But in terms of what's it called, Robert Garcia, he's not a great coach, so I don't expect anything great.
I mean, if you want to look at a track record, bro, you got to look at what his son's been doing. So
you mean his brother? But yeah,
brothers, you know what I mean? Just period. The weight issues, losing against Sandor Martin, a guy that was a heavy underdog, things like that, bro. So I don't know if that's the guy you might want to go with. I think the bag had a lot to do with it. They wasn't chunking over no serious bag, and they were getting a recognizable name. So.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. He's gonna get stomped anyway. But
I heard Usyk's going through some mental problems right now, but I don't know how much.
Ain't nothing wrong with his hands though. He be all right. Devontae Lou 34, what's going on? He said peace and blessings, family. Big shout out to you, bro. Big shout out to you. Burt Wood G5, who wins? Ahmed Delaya versus Ronnie Rios, June 25th. Rodriguez versus Rung Vasai.
I think Ahmed Delaya beats Rios.
That's gonna be a tough fight though.
But I think Ahmed Delaya wins by stoppage in that fight. And Rodriguez.
I'm going Rung Vasai, man. I'm going Rung Vasai, man.
That's a tough fight. Rodriguez is coming off a good win. Who's that guy he just beat the other day on that the zone card? But I mean, it's gonna be a tough fight. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going Ahmed Delayev. I'm gonna say close decision.
You think he's gonna win by decision?
I think close decision.
I
got Rung Vasai winning.
I see Rios Rios getting stopped, to be honest. But he's a good fighter though.
Rios a real good fighter. Solid fighter.
The power from Ahmed Delaya, I just think it's gonna be a little bit too much.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Mark Nash. Is that on the same night?
Yeah.
That's a damn good call.
Yeah. Mark Nash in the building. Big shout out to Mark Nash. Say what up? What's up with you, bro? But let's get it. Let's get into it, man. Devin Haney went in, got a unanimous decision, walked out of there with all the belts, all the major sanctioning bodies, the Ring Magazine belt, the franchise belt, the gmail.com belt, all them belts. They got them all. You know what I'm saying? They got them all. And what I want to do is I want to start with Blunt first and really just get your overall take on just the fight and just Devin Haney just right now after what you're saying Saturday. Bro, you on mute, baby. You on mute.
I've been trying to tell y'all about this dude. I've been had him on my pound for pound list. So I can't really add too much. The proof is in the pudding. We already was telling cats that, Kambosos, I'll go back to the numbers. He probably should have been a bigger favorite, more closer to 600. You know what I mean? They had him down in the 1-2, but I think that was just to actually get some money on him too. You know what I mean? Because maybe if he's too high, he probably chase people off the favorite. So I thought the 180, the minus 190 was where they wanted to be reasonably to actually, get some bets because he should have been 800, minus 800, or minus 750 or something like that. So anyway, but like I said, man, pound for pound, got him in number 2. Check out the IG. You see the top 5 list. I did a little homework with it. I ain't gonna lie, it was all black before I talked to the little bro yesterday. Sunday Conversations. Check that out on the channel. So I got Ionian at 4 and I got again at 5. I was talking to young nephew Chris G, on the IG chat, and he was telling me Usyk should be number 1. And his reasons were older reasons. You talking about, cruiserweight and accomplishments. I seen you on a 2-fight heavyweight run, bro. I can't be impressed, bro. I'm not taking away from your skills, but just because you got them straps, that was the easiest route. Similar to a Canelo route, you know what I mean, on that European tour. So it's not really, gritty in them streets like that. You know what I mean? There ain't a whole lot of, resistance. So that's not taken away from his skills. So, and it's a compliment. So I got him in at number 5. I don't know, bro. But again, back there, definitely pound for pound, 1, 2, should be no less than 3 on anybody's list. If so, got to question your list. That's all.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because he ain't even in my top 5. So I'm glad you said that. I respect your list though, because I know where it's coming from. I know what you mean. And me and Jeff.
Well, what's your list again? What's your list again?
If you supported your teammates the way you supposed to,
man, I'm not trying to hear that shit, man. Give me your top 5 on camera, nigga.
Man, I just told you, man. Usyk, Inoue, Fulton, Haney, and your boy Bell. Simple. Very easy.
He had it going from 5 to 1. So Mel's obviously 1.
Yeah, got you.
And I said I respect your list. And me and Jeff was talking about this yesterday. A lot of people are going to do it from a perspective of what have you done for me lately, and that's what Blunt's done. So respectfully, I understand why he's saying it, because those dudes, when you look at, especially you look at Haney and Jamel Charlo, they've done, and Fulton, it's lately, but my argument not even against Blunt is, for years we all had Floyd as pound for pound number 1, and he hadn't been fighting nobody. He was fighting literally nobodies, and we had Andre Ward who was fighting champion after champion, and he was never pound for pound number 1 ahead of Floyd. So that's why I'm saying you got to me. I feel like you got to look at a case study of a career instead of moments. I hear what you mean. I don't have Devin Haney in my pound for pound number.
Can I beg to differ when you say career? Because a career you can stretch back way too long. Pound for pound is about currency. Currency is what's happening right now. I'm saying 10 years been there forever. You know what I mean?
You're cracking.
You're cracking. First 40. So
your joint coming out and coming back in.
You're cracking in and out, bro.
All right, I'm gonna log out. I'll be right back.
Come back.
All right, cool. But yeah, no, I hear what you were saying. I hear what Blunt was saying. It's just Floyd was pound for pound number 1 for years, like literally for years, and he was fighting. Let's look at the resume. He wasn't fighting the Furmans. He wasn't fighting the Spencers. He wasn't fighting the Porters. He wasn't fighting the best in the division at the time. Even when he moved up to 154, I got to give him credit because he fought Canelo, he fought Cotto. But, to me, when you look at what Andre Ward was doing and you look at who was fighting a better level of competition at that specific time, it was Andre Ward. The only difference was Floyd had the career where you can say, look what Floyd was doing in 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, on and on and on.
Yeah.
And another thing about Haney being top 5, again, 5, he's not in my top 5. And this is purely and simply because I just feel like Blunt brought up a point which was he's been telling us about Devin Haney. The truth is, everything he's been telling us about Devin Haney, we didn't question it. And even if we was to question it, he didn't prove nothing to me because I didn't rate Kambosos as a fighter in the first place. So to me, it doesn't really mean nothing. Like, I've never thought Kambosos was a good fighter. I always thought Kambosos was a C plus fighter at best. I thought Kambosos was an easy win for Devin Haney. I thought he was never a top 5 135 fighter. So to me, I always knew it was gonna be an easy fight. When I looked at the fight,
This young buck. This is where I'm gonna school you a little bit. Just a little bit. Because people are so talented as the Devin Haneys, what they've accomplished, and this is, I'm trying to get this lame ass dude some credit, can't be overlooked. So if you beat them once they've accomplished these goals, despite their background and their pedigree, you beating them still has to be recognized. You beat a guy that was a strong climber, a strong dunker, or whatever you might be good at. He beat that guy, so you can't take that from him based on you underrate Kambosos. Kambosos came in there undefeated. He beat a unified champion to get there. So I'm just saying, bro, you be a little bit too harsh and too discrediting to people's accomplishments, champ. Like, so take it easy with the I don't recognize. So then you downplaying what the young man just did.
No.
This history.
No. Can I say this?
You just did it. I just sat here and watched this a little bit.
Wait. This is where you're getting confused.
No, I just heard
performance and accomplishment is two different things. I can never disregard what he's accomplished. He is the youngest undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. That can never be taken away from him.
I'm not talking about that part as much as I'm talking about your dismissal of Kambosos. As if because he was so easy for Devin, that means he wasn't a good fighter and hard for somebody else. That's my point of putting Devin in his position, because he's so much greater than everybody else. So because he was difficult,
it's not about Devin. It's not about Devin.
He the champ. What you talking about?
If you let me speak, bro. When I'm saying it's not about Devin, bro, it's not about Devin in the sense that it's not that Devin is so much better than everybody. He's a great fighter and he's an elite fighter. I'm telling you, Kambosos is a C-level fighter. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I've always said that. It doesn't take anything away from Devin.
Answer me a question, young buck. How many C-level fighters have became unified champions?
I can name you one right now, Rosario. Rosario was a unified champion, and he was Rosario. He was a C-level fighter, and he's a unified champion. Ndongo was a C-level fighter, and he was a unified champion.
All right, but did Ndongo and Rosario go through the tests that Kambosos did?
He had one test, bro. He had one test.
Selby was a solid win, and Teofimo was even a win.
Selby was another has-been fighter. He was never even supposed to be fighting at that weight class.
You're real dismissive of the fighters in this that you so much. You are very dismissive, bro. Very dismissive.
I was saying it before the fight, bro. I don't think Kambosos is a good fighter. I've never thought he was a good fighter. I've never thought he was. If this is the thing, when I look at 135, I look at Tank, I look at Devin, I look at Lomachenko, and I'm thinking Ryan Garcia. I'm looking at these dudes and I'm thinking these dudes are the standard. These dudes are the pinnacle of the division. Pinnacle. I can't look at Kambosos and put him in that category. What I'm saying is Devin Haney put a shutout. You can't take anything away from that performance. There's nothing more Devin Haney could have done to get any more credit. He done everything right. He put a flawless performance. I'm just telling you that when I'm looking at it, I'm not going to look at the situation like he just fought Prime Floyd. He fought Kambosos. I picked him to beat Kambosos 11-1, 10-2 before the fight even started. I picked him to beat him 11-1, 10-2 before the fight even started because Kambosos is not a good fighter. And I was saying it before the fight even started. He's not a good fighter. And when we talk about Teofimo Lopez, the truth is he beat Teofimo Lopez. That's cool. And you can have a good night and your opponent can have an off night. I've seen it before numerous times. The truth is, look at the consistency of this dude's career. Outside of Teofimo Lopez win, he's been mediocre. And I guarantee you this, Kambosos won't achieve nothing for the rest of his career in terms of world champion, bro. In terms of becoming a world champion. Because he's not good enough. That's the truth. He is not good enough. And that's my point, bro. Keep Jeff.
Man,
You want to
bro,
respond
listening
to that, bro?
listening to you almost makes, if you they didn't know I do, people would think you don't like boxing. It's like, yo, bro, you are, I mean, past, like, you Sub-Zero, nigga. You ain't even regular code. You Sub-Zero, my dude. Like,
Is he a good fighter? Is Campos a good fighter?
You said C, I'm gonna give him a B minus, bro. Overachiever. You gotta credit a guy that's hard, that you gotta make him lose. And Devin made him lose. To me, that's more credit to Devin. Because if you look at that fight, if you look at that fight, you can honestly say Kambosos didn't quit, bro. That's a hard-headed motherfucker. Because he hard, but he didn't know. You can't just discredit him because he physically was outmatched, bro. Like, that's so much discredit that even I don't think, and he's a, let me keep it all the way solid. I think he, like, if me and him was to meet in these streets, he'd have a problem calling me a boy. So that being said, I'm not speaking for him as a person. I'm speaking for his abilities as a boxer should not be so sternly overlooked, bro. Because again, he didn't come in as a challenger. He came in as a champ. So I'm just saying.
I rate him as much as I rated Jojo Diaz. I rated him as much as the fact that he had the belts was just a technicality. I've seen crap fighters have belts, bro. And I just named you two off the dome. I've seen crap fighters have multiple belts, bro. Multiple belts.
I was told by Blunt to go support. So I went on to your Instagram, good brother. Where is Spence and Crawford in your pound for pound? Because I don't see him in your top 5. Is he frozen?
I don't know. This dude frozen.
Is he frozen?
Keep scrolling through the chat.
I'll go through the comments real quick.
This nigga looks frozen, but I feel like he's doing it on purpose.
Nah, I think he's frozen, yo. I think he's frozen. Burt Wood, quote by Fulton. Stephen Fulton puts Inoue on notice. It's only a matter of time.
I mean, if Inoue beats, if Inoue beats Donaire, he moves up in it.
Yeah, he moves up. DM3 in the building. Big shout out to my guy DM3. Said, what's up, y'all? What I tell you the real Undisputed, no more email champ talk. Facts. Facts. And the thing is, listen, and two things can be correct. He was an email champion at one time, but he got the opportunity to get the real thing, and that's what he did. So,
and even when people were saying that, we weren't saying it to diminish this dude's abilities. Like, this dude's always been skilled. He's never not been skilled. He's always been a skilled fighter. He's just got the accomplishments to match it. And the truth is, Kambosos didn't deserve to be in the ring with Devin Haney. He didn't deserve to. He just, when I mean he didn't deserve to, he had the accomplishments to, but in terms of skill level, it was like putting in Steph Curry in there with Blunt.
Yeah, I want to reserve my opinion until Blunt gets back on. Anthony Jones in the building. Big shout out to Anthony Jones. Said take Inoue off who he beat compared to Earl competition.
Click the link in the chat, and I wanna get at you at that one, because the truth is, you just said something that I find so funny. In fact, I can say it right now, and I'm gonna hope I trigger some Errol Spence fans. Errol Spence is in my top 5, and I heard someone talk about Errol Spence's resume. You know the funniest thing? Errol Spence's resume has his best win is Sean Porter. Errol Spence has never beaten the best in his division. So whilst I give Errol Spence credit and he's in my top 5, he's never beaten the best competition in his division, whereas Inoue has. So therefore, I have to put Inoue. Do I put Inoue ahead of Errol Spence? It's close. It's real close. But his resume is better than Errol Spence's.
Inoue got a nice body of work. He got a nice body of work. And Spence is in my top 5 as well. A. Jones. He's definitely in my top 5 for sure. But I think the thing with Inoue A. Jones is that there's so many people that's not familiar with his resume and his rap sheet that they'll push him back on the list versus actually going to find out what he actually did, and then we can
Right.
come revisit it. So I don't know where, Anthony, I don't know where you fall at. I don't know if you know Inoue's whole rap sheet and that's just your opinion, or you're not 100% familiar. But on this show, if you're not 100% familiar, we will delay arguments until everybody on the same page, and then we come back to it. That's something that we do. You know what I mean? So you let us know your your familiarity with Inoue, and let us know if you know pretty much everything about him, and that's your stance, and you standing on it, or you got to do a little bit of homework on Inoue. And listen, we all got to do homework on something.
Right.
So if that's the case, don't be afraid to say like, yo, I got to do a little bit of homework on him. I don't have all of the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like we are unlike any other channel. You know what I'm saying? Burt Wood, he said, pound for pound, I put Stephen Fulton ahead of Haney. I'll get to that in a minute. Mark Nash, he said, damn, Bert. AI in the building. He said, salute to you. Chris G said, Mr. McLaren is on point. On point with what?
Yeah, you have to be
It's
specific.
my boxing son, Chris G, in the building.
I'm still not disagreeing with what Blunt's saying. I do agree that Devin Haney should get all the credit. I'm just telling you that Kambosos isn't a good fight. And I'm not saying it after the fact neither. I was saying it before the fight.
Yeah, facts. My guy Bruce in the building, man. Salute my brothers. Big shout out to you, bro. I gotta hit you up too, man. Big shout out to you. Chris G. Kambosos is a solid B. It was a bad style matchup for him with Devin.
Why is he a solid B? Why is he a solid B? I just want to know, what do you see in this dude that makes him a solid B?
I don't know if Blunt's gonna be able to get back on, but he's a C+ fighter that had an A+ performance with help against Teofimo.
That's how I see it.
That's my personal opinion. Like I probably, even though he was the unified champion, probably off the dome, I could probably name 10 guys at 135 that I would take in a head-to-head over Kambosos.
Yeah, and do you know the worst thing? I want to ask every fan right now, name me one thing, just one thing that Kambosos does that's almost elite. That's almost elite. He's not elite, just one attribute that he has that's almost elite.
Let me get a mic check with my mans real quick. Mic check.
Man, I can hear you, bro.
All right, sound
raggedy
good.
ass internet, man.
No, you straight. So I wanted to Blunt, Bud and Spence not in your top 5.
Need results. I'm going off of what work is accomplished, what resume has been laid out. Let's take, for instance, why I got Fulton in there. You talking about a 6-fight run, win-loss ratio, over 100 victories, about 2-3 losses, couple draws. Honestly, that's the best run in boxing currently. So, but just because he only got a couple titles, had to, sliding down a little bit. But them saying it's reasons why my list is the way it is, bro. First of all, I had to keep it international because boxing is a world sport. So I had to recognize the abilities from, these cats from other sides of the planet and recognize their accomplishments. Like I said, giving credit to my young buck, which is crazy. Conversation yesterday was way different than with the one we hearing today. That's why I'd be like, yo, I don't know if this, the Grim Reaper or Blue Reaper.
Have a conversation about Kambosos. I'm agreeing with everything you said, even your pound for pound list. I understand, because it's what have you done for me lately. I get it. I 100% understand. I can't disagree with that. Only thing I'm saying is I don't rate Kambosos as a good fighter. That's all I'm saying, bro. I don't think he's a good fighter.
And I think that's where I disagree with you, bro. I think he's a good fighter. He's not a great fighter. What makes him an extra good fighter is what he was able to accomplish with the deficiencies that we see in this game. So I think you got to upscale him because of that. You know what I mean? You do have to rank him a little bit ahead of what his natural abilities are, because he's actually accomplished a little bit more than we thought possible. So, you know what I mean? Because I didn't have him beating Teofimo Lopez, despite the layoff and all of that.
Yeah. Let me run through the rest of these real quick. Davidian, what's going on, bro? He said, hey, my boxing brothers, Devin Haney by Masterclass. I'm gonna Davidian, I'm gonna get to that in a second because I actually want to speak on that. Mark Nash, he said, bro was frozen. Yeah, you was frozen. You was ice frozen, bro. We got it fixed up and all that good stuff. Bruce, he said, Mark Nash, salute my brother, peace to you. Chris G, I thought Fulton lost to Figueroa.
Close fight. The close
fight, definitely. Devontae, yo fam, can you speak on why ESPN have a hard time giving Haney Undisputed, Max Kellerman hating like hell? Can I touch on that before I get into the next comment? So, bro, Devontae, let me explain something to you real quick. Now, on here, this community, and this is no disrespect. There's no disrespect, but we don't really acknowledge the ESPNs of the world,
especially ESPN.
Like a lot of times Tim Bradley's off, a lot of times Andre Ward is off, a lot of times Max Kellerman is off. Teddy Atlas is really the only person I can really sit and really get.
Hold up. I just hammered Teddy. He came in. He did an interview with somebody. He was like, "Oh, Devin Haney has holes in his umbrella." So I said, "Okay, if you're gonna analyze this shit from a rainstorm perspective, then your guy Cambosa's out there with a fucking newspaper on his head." So, like, come on, even Teddy is not that sharp when it actually comes to calling things, the way they should be called. Because if you say this dude is not the guy and he got holes in his umbrella, well, goddamn it, I need a holy umbrella to get Undisputed there. Fuck, I don't know what Teddy talking about.
No. I mean, I think I didn't hear the comment, so I'm not going to make a statement.
Check my IG.
I will check it. We all agree that we could find flaws in Haney's game. We could find flaws in everybody's game. It doesn't mean that he's not an elite fighter, though. He's still an elite fighter.
Well, Devontae, like Teddy Atlas, with Teddy, you gotta listen to Teddy on the podcast more so than ESPN. You'll get more garbage on ESPN than he does the actual podcast. We listen to his podcast, he's kicking more facts on the podcast than he is on ESPN. We really don't acknowledge them dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? So anything that they do is to be expected, to be completely honest. And we're not surprised.
Look at their list, bro. Look at their Undisputed list. They had Teofimo and George Cambosos on there. So
yeah,
that was crazy to me.
That's why we don't pay him no mind. And it's like people go absolutely crazy over them dudes. You know what I mean? I'm like, sometimes the best thing you can do is just not pay him no mind. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, Devontae, and that's completely up to you. But I'm like, I don't let them work my nerve because I'm like, I know who be talking that shit when it comes down to boxing, and I know who don't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff they do for the damn cameras anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we really don't pay it no mind, bro. John Hugh in the building. Big shout out to John Hugh. Said Cambosos is an elite level at self-promotion and a good scrapper with good timing, and is dangerous if he can unsettle his opponent. He is an overachiever. He is an overachiever. And John Hugh, Cambosos is a C+ fighter that had an A+ performance with help against Teofimo. That's just what it is. Like he's not an A fighter. He's not a B fighter. I'm giving him C+ because he beat Teofimo. To be honest with you, he has C to C- actual physical talent.
Like, I give you, when Charlo fought Castano, Charlo is an A-level fighter. Castano is a B-level fighter. That is where I'll say you could say if Castano raises his game just a little bit and Charlo drops his game just a little bit, you get a draw. That's what the first fight. But if both of these dudes perform at their level, and you know the worst thing, I don't even think Kambosos had a bad night against Devin Haney. That's the worst thing. I just think he's just not good. It's just that serious. I don't even think he had a bad night against Devin Haney. He tried to fight his fight, but the truth is Devin Haney is just so much better than him.
Yeah, it's the styles, man. Like that's a horrible style matchup for Kambosos. It's a horrible. Well, a guy that bounces around like that and keep their head on the line. The one person they don't want to see is the guy with the jab.
What I'm not hearing in this conversation is what's wrong with this guy's corner. See, we keep getting on him.
Corner? Who's corner?
Kambosos. What do you mean?
I can answer that, bro. Can I answer that?
Yeah, but we not talking about it, so please do.
But let me answer it. So when you trying to give a C-level dude A-level advice, that shit not gonna work.
It's not even A-level.
Let me cook. What can you tell Kambosos to do against a guy that's A+ that's fighting A+?
That's a good.
The first thing I'm gonna tell him not to do is stop doing what's not working. That's the first thing I'm gonna tell him.
Nothing was working, bro.
But if that's my point. You're doing the same thing that's not working. Try something else and see if it doesn't work. Then we move on. You have to. It's a 12-round fight. Give me something different, bro. For instance, I'm gonna throw this at you.
Go ahead.
Devin Haney slowed down 10, 11, 12, obviously. Everybody gonna get tired. What was he doing that shows he was still in the fight? He started hitting what was there. That was the body.
Right.
Do something different that shows you do have an acknowledgement that you're in the fight, that you keep trying. So if your corner's helping you with the proper advice that may not be so advanced, that a C-level fighter could get it and do something with it.
Can I touch? Go on,
no, here's
the thing, bro. Here's the problem with your theory with that. It does take a certain level of skill to try different types of things. That corner could have told him to try 5 different basic things. Kambosos ain't capable of doing it, bro. He's not capable of doing it. He fights the same way every single fight. Every single fight.
Okay, bro.
He's
Okay, bro. But what you're saying, I think you're thinking of super advanced stuff because we're true boxing analysts. We know blah, blah, blah. You do this. Okay, you're doing that. Let's try this. Blah, blah, blah. We know that. But I'm talking about simple stuff. Obviously, we've seen him attempt it, got cut short by the referee, the dirty boxing. Why not press that issue earlier in the fight? You see what I'm saying? Tire him out. He's tying you up at the right times. Go tie him up. He might think you coming in the swing. He trying to run. Grab him and tie him up. Those are things that a normal human being can do. You don't have to be A+ elite skill to do these things to bring the fight to your level.
Do you wanna know something that I saw very, very early? And it's all about acknowledgement. I saw after two rounds, George Kambosos realized this dude's better than what I thought. Literally, I could see it. Like, he could visibly see that Devin Haney is better than what I had anticipated. Forget whether he had a punching power or whatever. This dude earned his respect with skills after 2 rounds. And I could see an element of panic in Kambosos so early in the fight. He didn't know. Remember what you said, bro? He went to the fight. Remember when you said, "Oh, you go to Hawaii with clothes that you're going to wear, like you're going to Alaska." It's the same thing, bro. He's not equipped with the right equipment to fight this fight. He wasn't.
But that's my thing. That's my thing again. I'm not arguing for this dude. Again, I can't reiterate this even that much more than I already have. This dude's a clown outside the ring. Jeff came up with the statement, went from ashy to classy. This motherfucker went from ashy to classy. He was like, God damn it, who is he? Conor McGregor? Like, oh my God, you got you know what I mean? You got the 12 proper vodka crack. I mean, the the sky's cracking now. Like, oh, I didn't know you was doing it like that. So anyway, he's that guy. He showed that in the media that he's a real clown. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. That being said, when you need to do things to bring the fight to your level, it doesn't take an A+ mentality. So for him not to do the small things, like I was saying, stop punching so fucking hard, bro. Punch the touch. Stop punching the hurt. He was loading up like with the 357 as if it only had one bullet in the gun. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta bang this shit. Like, bro, that's where you going wrong. Touch him. Slap him on his way out the door with a little shot. Try the little dirty tactics that slow fights down, which you did later in the fight, but you should have been doing early. You tried to play the speed game with him. He out-pivoted you because you was expecting him to go out one side. He was going out the other. My thing is, I get you guys when you saying he's not athletic. To beat Devin Haney, you have to out-pivot the pivoter. He can only pivot once. You have to be somebody that can pivot twice and then punch in combinations off of that. He can't do it. He can pivot. That's my point. He can pivot other guys that can't fight or are slow on the feet like a Selby. But somebody that can pivot, repivot, and pivot again while sticking the jab, while throwing counters, he's in trouble, and his face showed it. But he didn't fight the right fight to me, bro. And I just got to analyze it from both sides and be actual factuals with my breakdown.
Yeah, but it's the thing, and we always try to separate the two, but we can really separate these two things. I'm like, the corner can give you the most perfect advice every single round. If your fighter is only qualified to do, or they're only used to doing three things, a lot of that shit is going to go in one ear and out the other. So I'm not arguing the corner giving out the advice. Whether the guy can carry out the advice is something different. The corner can still say it.
Do you want to know the problem? I hear what you. That's a fact. You know, the problem that I had with this fight was the moment I saw Devin Haney was fully focused, and Devin Haney wasn't going to go in there reckless, and he was going to go in there level-headed, I would have bet my house and home and my clothes on my back that this dude was going to win. Because in order for Kambosos to have any chance, Devin Haney would have to throw in a bad performance. Once I realized this dude was cooking, bro, he had to get out of that kitchen because the steam was too heavy for this dude. He's just not good enough. And I feel like it's unfair because we're just asking a dude that's like me playing basketball with Steph Curry. I can't do it. I can't beat him at basket. I can't do it. No matter how hard I try, I can give my best. I just can't do it. And Kambosos gave his best. He's just not a good fighter. And I feel like it's unfair to ask a C-level fighter to beat an A-level fighter when an A-level fighter is fighting at that A level.
Let me add on. So you even go back to the Teofimo fight, and this for the people that's like, hey, look at his performance at Teofimo. Mind you, he had a whole year to prepare for one guy, one style, and to be honest with you, he didn't even adjust in that fight.
And he almost
just gave him help.
In that fight.
Yeah, Teofimo just gave him help. So
Teofimo almost he stopped him. He dropped him and almost stopped him in that 10th round, bro. He was fighting for his life, and that was the worst Teofimo Lopez I've seen in my life. Yeah,
I just don't think Kambosos got too many tools in the toolbox, man. So it's just I don't think that. I think on Kambosos' best night against Haney, he wins 3 rounds. At his best, he wins 3 rounds, like 3 legit rounds. I don't think he's limited.
Bro, I'm just telling you, if I'm in his corner and I'm knowing everything that we're saying, because you have to be able to graze over the landscape and see how to move, so to speak. So this is about strategy. It's about reinforcement of understanding of this is the way we got to attack this fight. This ain't about trying to be pretty. This ain't about the fanfare. This about maintaining our titles. So to maintain our titles, we got the home field advantage. If we switch the style of the fight, we're going to get that look that we end up getting based on the scorecards any fucking way. So knowing all of these facts, you fight a different fight. You don't outpower a sharp guy. What you try to do is you pity pat with him. You know what I mean? You rough him up a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? He tried that shit. I thought it was a little dirty with shoulder pull situation. I think you can make a fight a little bit more gritty without that type of dirtiness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about that level of where he slung him with the arm up under his armpit. I'm talking about that, but you're letting punches go inside. You bringing his arm out, then you winging something up on the inside, let the ref come in, break it up. That sort of fight, which slows you down.
Hey Shane, what was your original? I got you. What was your? I just got a question for you before I run through them. What was your game plan for Kambosos going into the fight?
My game plan for Kambosos going into the fight was somehow psychologically to get into Devin Haney's head, hoping that this dude didn't perform well. And the game plan was for the first 2-3 rounds, run and taunt. So that means just stick your tongue out, arms behind your back, early shuffling, running around the ring, getting Devin Haney to chase you, and hoping that this psychologically gets into Devin Haney's head, and then he buys into the crowd's noise and all of that stuff. That's what I was thinking, because I couldn't see any way in which this dude could do anything else to beat Devin Haney. He had to psychologically get into Devin Haney's head and hope that affects his performance. He didn't do that. And
what did I tell you? I said, yo, sounds like a good plan, but I said I don't think Kambosos is capable of doing that. It's just he's a C level fight. He's a C+ level fighter, and that's just ain't nobody gonna change my mind on that.
Everyone in the chat, you can click the link in the description and jump on the panel to get your opinions off. Just jump in, get your opinions off. The link is in the description.
Yo, hit that super chat on your way in, though. This shit ain't free.
Yeah, it's free, but yeah.
Devontae said, okay, got you, fam, understood. Burt Wood, Ben predictions, Inoue and Donaire. I got Inoue. Donaire just gonna have to show me. He gonna have to show me. Y'all got Inoue as well, or y'all think of Donaire?
We get into that, but yeah, no, I pick Inoue, but I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think they both got one of those styles where whenever they fight each other, it's just going to be.
It's going to be a good fight. Yeah.
Donaire's got the punch power to get everybody's respect, and Inoue likes to engage with his opponent, so he's always going to have problems with Donaire because he fights without respect most of the time. You know, he just goes in there and tries to bulldozer his opponents, and Donaire's got that punch power that can turn off anybody's lights. So,
yeah. What you got, bud?
Oh, man, hard one, bro. Obviously, I'm leaning favorite, but you got to look at this one from a profit perspective. You got to look for some type of prop bet. To me, I lean that we're not going the distance. I think we actually might see a firefight and somebody might go down. A cut, possibility, something of that nature, where that one don't look like it's going 12.
Nah, I think Inoue late stoppage. You can't trust anyone who's getting paid by Mickey Mouse. Listen to the real boxing analysts, not the ESPN clans. Bro, I don't even listen to ESPN, bro. I was even listening to Tim Bradley on the. He's just one of the worst commentators in life, bro.
Yeah,
bro. I mean, let me say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN, you don't pick ESPN as a boxing analyst. They pick you. So once they pick you, bro, you're not able really to speak your mind and be blunt at times and be, you know what I mean, just harshly honest as we get from Stone Cold Shane, you know what I'm saying? But I think you need that in the sport, though, you know what I mean? But these dudes, they so, you know, mumble mouth, and they you know what I'm saying, they so tame that we don't get that, and then they steal a lot of people's work. So Bradley, man, I mean, expect a lawsuit here in the near future, man. You feel me? So get the paperwork in on this guy, bro. That was straight thievery. Shout out to the guru, man.
Facts, man. Facts. Bruce says Charlo and Selecki canceled. Why is it canceled?
I heard that this morning, to be honest.
Why is it canceled?
Because it ain't gonna do no numbers. I thought Selecki, I thought I seen his name on an MMA card. I said, dude, this dude got 2 fights that night. I was like, man, it's me, baby.
Yo, that's funny.
He's
That's
running up
funny.
the bread, boy.
Timestamp that, nigga. Timestamp that.
Oh man, it was 55 minutes in. John Hughes here came. Wilson needed to get off to a good start to try and take Haney out of his groove and make the fight ugly. If he could not do that, he had no chance. I actually agree with that. DM3. He said, all I'm going to say is, and I said it before, the division is very fortunate that Devin Haney does not have one hit or quit power, because if he did, you could put everybody on notice from 135 to 140.
Yeah, but you can say that, bro. I love the fights, though.
Let me say this. It's actually a good thing he doesn't have that power anymore, or he's not as risky with that power, because he's exposed himself a little bit when he tries to get into those exchanges. When he's mentally sound and he's sticking to the game plan, in and out, bob and weave, combinate when it's really open. If he's backing his guy up, rope, he'll start opening up 4, 5, 6. That's when he's his best. If he gets to trying to prove himself to the fans and even to himself at times, that's with danger. So I think the decrease in the shoulder injury, I think that actually helped him out to maintain the craft of boxing and not get into these fan-friendly slug fights that could be dangerous for your, your future, for the bag too. You know what I mean?
You're on mute, bro.
What you got on that, bro? What you got on that?
No, I mean, I don't really look at ifs and buts, because the truth is, like, if Wilder could box, he'd be the best fighter in history. I don't think his punching power has much of an effect on his ability as a fighter. I understand what people are saying. I just feel like every fighter has limitations. There's not a fighter on this planet you can put in front of me, and I'll be able to give you pros and cons on any fighter. Any fighter I can give you pros and cons, and that's just one of the few, because he doesn't have many cons. But that's one of the
human, bro. That's what keeps us from being gods. That we imperfect, bro. So
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just part of the sport that these dudes not perfect. But if you look at the lack of power, is actually a positive to his IQ, to his acumen. You see what I'm saying?
Lack of power is Devin Haney's problem. I don't think lack of power is Devin Haney's
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not. No, listen to me, Shane. It's not a problem. It's actually something that served him well, because now he gets to concentrate on the X's and O's and really, you know what I'm saying, the chess game of boxing, how to stay sharp, how to keep accepting only 8 punches around. You feel what I'm saying?
Can I tell you something that Devin Haney does real bad that I really, really want to see him iron out? Not even real bad, but it's a thing that you don't want to be doing as a fighter. And this is not from the Cambosis fight. I've seen it in numerous occasions. He leaves the back door with his arms down. He doesn't have a hand home when he's leaving. So after he's got his work done, you'll see these dudes land a big swing. Sometimes he ducks it, sometimes he pushes back. When he pushes back, his hands are away from his face. If you got a dude like a Tank Davis, or someone who's got, or even a Ryan Garcia who's similar dimensions to you, you could easily get clipped. So it's a part of his game that I'd probably like to correct, because he actually does it pretty often. Everybody has flaws, and that's a flaw that he has.
Well, usually guys that have an athletic style, 9 out of 10 of them is leaving out the back door without a hand near their face.
But I've seen
Shane, the defense. Listen, though, guys like Haney and the Floyds and the Purnells, their defense isn't the hand. Their defense is anticipation. So at times your anticipation can be off. Doesn't mean you're not being defensively sound. You see what I'm saying? It's just
but when you go up against, and I'll give you examples, you brought up Floyd and you brought up Pernell Whitaker. When you go up against fighters who are overwhelming you with punches, and you're almost in a situation where they're cornering you. They don't have to have faster feet than you. You just have to have smart feet and smart movement. They overwhelm you with shots. I give you an example. When Floyd fought Maidana, he had to keep a handhold because Maidana was just throwing and he was overwhelming with shots. You can't rely on anticipation when shots are coming at that high volume. When Pernell fought Oscar De La Hoya, same thing. He was slipping and sliding, making Oscar De La Hoya look real stupid at times. But there's too much shots coming. So yeah, he might make him miss 10, but he's landing 10. So you see my point? Like you literally have to. That's a part of your game that I would personally try to iron out. When I see Shakur, that's a mistake that Shakur don't make, for example.
Yeah, well, the thing with but see, you got to look at the difference in their styles too. Shakur's style is not as athletic as Devin Haney's style. Devin Haney relies on his athleticism when it comes down to a lot of things. His athleticism actually gets his jab off. And jab is also an offensive weapon, but it's a defensive weapon too. And it's a rangefinder. So the reason why he can get away with those looping shots when he's leaving out the back door with his hands down is because of number one, the jab, number two, the distance, number three, the timing. So the guy is always missing by this much, though.
But would he have that advantage if he's fighting someone who's got same arm length as him?
I'll answer it this way. I think Devin Haney's smart enough to make the adjustment in a situation like that.
I hope so. And I believe in him, so I'll say yes. But it's still
I think he's smart enough to make
I was a Ryan Garcia and I was formulating a game plan, I would say that's something that I'll be looking to exploit because I got similar arm length, similar range and reach. I'll be looking to exploit that.
If you see that these fighters are young and yet intelligent and they still sponge in game, we seen growth in Ryan Garcia. What happened to him in the Campbell fight? He got clipped for the back doors, going straight out, head up on the line. What happened and what we seen a little bit of improvement in the Tagu fight, we saw that hand up. Even if he was still straight up like a giraffe, the hand was there though, as he was trying to go back out the back door. So I think we can see some improvement with these guys. Why? Because they still have youth on their side, bro.
And there was and Blunt, that's a good point too, man, because there was some what a lot of people don't do is a lot of people don't look for they look for the wholesale changes. We're looking for the subtle changes. So I think Ryan Garcia is always going to have his head up like a giraffe. I don't think he's ever going to be a guy that gets his head off.
Main reason why you need that hand there.
That's why you need that hand up. So he kept his hand up. You almost seen him trying to do like a version of a shoulder roll, but it was to compensate the fact that his head is 1230. His head is 1230. You know what I'm saying? But working with a guy like Joe Goosen for multiple camps, expect for Ryan Garcia to show those subtle improvements in the fundamental department. So if he gets his fundamentals,
I'm not 100% sure about
but
that.
If he's gonna, but Shane, if he's going to, Joe Goosen would be the type guy to get it out of him. So if he's not doing it,
sure about that.
But
that's you're not. But see, but you're.
Come on, Cold. Take it easy, bro. Shoot your shot, Jeff.
But you're talking about. You have doubts in the fighter.
No, I'm having doubt. I'm talking about.
Hold on, real quick.
You talking about
Shane? What you're doing right now? What you're doing right now, Shane. What you're doing right now is you're fouling somebody that's already at the foul line, taking a free throw shot. So take it easy.
Hey Shane.
No, but
you don't like Goose. You don't like Goosen. You don't like Goosen.
I think Goosen's a top coach. I'm just talking about this. It's just like there's styles make fights. I feel like Joe Goosen hasn't shown me. He hasn't shown me as a coach that he fixes hand placement. I haven't seen it. You have to show me where Joe Goosen has shown that he's fixed hand placement.
But you've seen the start. You've seen the start of it in Ryan Garcia's first fight. Go back and watch it. No, go back and watch it.
I saw him fight a dude that ran a whole fight. That's what I saw. I didn't see enough for me.
Bro, can we move on? Because he about to aggravate the shit out of me right now, bro. He like,
all right, but it's like I said, it's subtle. You never seen that whole fight. You didn't see Tagu actually launch any wide hooks because, to be honest with you, Ryan Garcia didn't give him an opportunity to. Because a lot of the times he was standing straight up, but he was looking like this. He was answering the phone call. He was answering
exactly
the vlog. Am I right?
So that right there is an improvement. That is an improvement,
it's
bro.
a start. It's a start.
And
It's
this was what his first 3 weeks with this dude, Goosen?
His first camp.
I think we can see some more subtleties. Whereas though maybe he'll be elevated on the list of the Grim Reaper of boxing, Stone Cold Shane. Like
I'm not saying that. I'm Joe Goosen's a good coach. I'm just saying I haven't seen it when I look at the repertoire of him as a coach. I don't remember seeing this dude fixing hand placement. But let's go for the
you gotta factor in who is Joe Goosen had that needed that type of repair.
That's why I'm not giving credit without seeing it. That's why I ain't
bro, that's the point. See, Joe Goosen is like been a bridge trainer. He's been a guy that's get these youngsters, tune them up a little bit, 3, 4 fights. Next thing you know, they're kind of moving on from one gym, going up into another platform, things like that. I don't think Joe Goosen's been that sort of lifer type of coach that's really a molder. You know what I mean? He seems to be a bridge type of trainer. But if he's in a situation where, you know, there's a money sort of connection where you got a fighter that's got the bag behind him, I might be able to sit down with this guy. You know what I mean? It's not a building process. It's just a tuning up, a cleaning up process. I do believe that sort of connection will work.
Yeah, it's a wait and see thing, man. It's definitely a wait and see thing. YSM in the building. Big shout out to YSM. Said Kambosos is who we thought he was, an average fighter. Yeah, facts.
You got a super chat in there as well.
$2 super chat from my man Millie. He said y'all going live at 5:30 a.m. I will not be on at 5:30 a.m. Does the main event start at 5:30 a.m.? If it starts at like 7, possibly. If it starts at 7, possibly.
Well, I wish I could. If
the card is 3 fights. If the card start at 2:30.
Okay.
So
yeah, well, probably not.
It
probably
may,
not.
You know what I mean? A couple lopsided joints on there based on numbers. So,
hey, Blunt,
you know, might get a couple.
Blunt, if you went on, man, you probably had a whole YouTube to yourself, bro.
Facts.
Man,
you had a whole YouTube to yourself.
I don't know. We'll see.
If I was home, I would have been on. Trust me.
Burt Wood, I don't want to see a rematch. Please, Killer Spud versus Haney. I don't. This is what I was afraid of. Like we was gonna get a blowout, and then we was gonna have to deal with the rematch. But I hope they get it done as soon as possible. That's the only thing I can really say, Bert. Ryan Sizzle in the building. Big shout out to you, family. He said nobody beats Devin Haney. Let's be honest.
I mean, Tank Davis has a good chance of beating him, but I won't say he does. But Tank Davis is a good chance.
Ryan Garcia has a good chance. There's a couple names out there, bro, and you can't figure. Hold on. Let me. It's a couple fringe contenders that on that platform, if he stays around long enough, he might have to run into these guys. So I'm just saying. And we talking about Keyshawn Davis. I'm just saying.
You love yourself, Keyshawn.
You know what I'm saying? You might have to run into this cat. He on that platform. You better hope he outgrow that 135. But look at Devin. He's a big guy. He's been able to maintain. You know what I mean? Another shout out to Chris G, where we was talking about, you know, that pound for pound thing. And I was like, well, damn, you mad because guys stay in that division for X amount of time. I think that's a credit. That's a salute to them that they got self-discipline. They able to not get outside their weight range when it comes to training and getting back into a fight weight. So, you know what I mean? Some guys is forced to grow.
Another thing is, bro, I'm being real. I'll say something that you guys probably would disagree with. If Shakur and Devin Haney fought right now, I'm leaning towards Shakur. I'm being dead serious. I'm leaning.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Don't do that to me right here, right now, because that's my next motherfucking article. Extension of this lightweight. Did y'all put the second article up, man? These guys, I can't with these guys right now, man. It's the second article up, Divisional Kings.
I did my part.
You said it to me, but I've been so busy today, boy. I swear.
Okay, well, Shane is he ahead of me, but he not allowing me to keep up with him because I'm doing
It's
the
not got
actual
nothing
written
to do
work.
with that, bro. Jeff will tell you what I've been. Today's been a long day for me, bro.
All right. Well, let me
It
get
should be
into
a
my premise.
I've
Let me
been
get
in a
into my
place.
premise since he opened up the door.
I've been in a place you're very familiar with.
The trap. The trap. He on the soil.
He was in the place if you get caught in the trap.
Oh well, no, I don't do that, baby. you know we don't do that, baby.
Nah, I got jury service this week, bro. So it's been crazy.
Oh yeah, you around them people, you can't even be yourself. He in there shuffle footing and shit, talking about yes sir boss and all that shit.
Oh man, go ahead, Black. Go ahead, man.
Hey, but like I was saying though, man, that's part 3, bro. That champion versus champion situation based on that platform. Both these guys having big names, big marquee positions on Top Rank, ESPN. That's a mega fight. So actually, that'd have been the 3rd edition. Will be part of the story. Part 3, Divisional Kings. Look for it on G5DefTV.com.
Absolutely.
Part 2 should be out soon.
About tomorrow.
Devin Haney has the best jab in boxing. The world knows that him and Shakur will be a 2-fight deal. Can't wait.
He beats Tank
on point. I mean, that's a good question. Does Devin Haney have the best jab in boxing? Let's talk about it.
No, I'm not going to say he does. There's too many jabs out there, bro. I mean, you got Stan Jonas. You know what I'm saying? Like, that jab was ridiculous.
Haney's jab is better than Stan Jonas' jab.
Haney's jab
is not as strong as Stan Jonas' jab. Stan Jonas' jab is heavier. He's a bigger guy, bro. So you got to give him credit for throwing a stronger punch.
Bro, but that's only one aspect of the jab, though. And let me tell you where you're wrong at, bro. I'm going to tell you exactly why Stan Jonas' jab is not better than Devin Haney's. Where does Stan Jonas stay all the time, bro? We talked about
hold up. First of all, I never said it was better. I'm just saying
that's the question.
But before you make that answer, just flat out say yes, it's the best. You got to give up some names where you ranking. And I brought up Stan Jonas. He was the last guy to show us a very high. He won that fight because of the jab. Outside of that jab, he was in a dog fight. But
this is the difference between Stan Jonas' jab and Haney's jab. Stan Jonas' jab is a really good jab because he scores with it. Haney's jab is good because he scores with it. He plays defense with it. He sets up angles with it and everything else with it. Stan Jonas don't do that. He only got 1 or 2 levels with his jab. Like Haney got like 4 or 5.
Is jab better than Spence?
Hold on, let me say this too. Your jab has to be that good if you don't have the power to support what's coming behind it. Gotcha.
Bro, yeah, but hold on. Shane, watch this scope. Hey, vlog, can you pull up a picture of Stan Jonas' face from the last fight, please?
Again, I just said a name. You going to say I put Stan Jonas over him? I need you to reply to the comment I just made about why that jab is so good.
Bro,
wouldn't that jab need to be so diversified?
So what's your stance on it? Is Stan Jonas' jab better than Haney's? That's the question.
No, I don't think it is, but it's in the conversation. It's in the conversation.
What about Errol Spence? That's my next question.
I think Spence got
not consistent enough with the jab. I don't think he's consistent enough.
Who?
Spence. It's not like he's just front foot jabbing through the whole fight. He throws it periodically.
Periodically.
Errol Spence. To me, Errol Spence jab. I'm struggling to think of a name that's got a better jab than that.
He got the best jab.
I think Boots got a better jab than Spence because Boots can jab from the hip. Spence can't jab from the hip. Spence can't jab from the hip.
I'm gonna tell you
counted over the top all day.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you one reason why I say I'm not saying Boots doesn't have a better jab, but I haven't seen enough. Is because for one, Boots is a fighter where because he's southpaw and orthodox, he can switch it up. And I haven't seen him in a situation where he's having to use the jab for different purposes. Every fight he's ever had, he's dictated the pace of the fight. So therefore, he's never fought an opponent who's forcing him to use the jab going backwards, forcing him to use the jab going forward, forcing him to use the jab on a southpaw orthodox, on a pivot, on a circle. I haven't seen him in enough scenarios where, I'm not saying it's not better, but I haven't seen him in enough scenarios. I've seen Errol Spence in every scenario with that jab.
Okay, my point to you in this, Boots, just like it's not seasoned salt. It's you put sugar in your salt, but you still throw it. So you understand what I'm talking about, bro? You crazy, bro. Boots, if it's not his fault, he didn't have to show you that jab. Like in all of these different ways, the way Haney has to have showed Jeff this jab in all these forms. That's not Boots' fault. So that's not to say Boots' jab is not that good, just because he hasn't had to do it.
That's what we're talking about, though. We're talking about, we remove all the other aspects of boxing, isolate the jab alone. Who has a better jab and can tick more boxes with that jab?
Now, again, I'm going to finish back where I was started. Because the jab is not your key and only weapon in maybe a Haney-esque situation, doesn't mean a Boots jab is not equivalent and as good. He can do so many other things. He doesn't have to rely on a jab. So that doesn't make his jab not an A+ jab the way we say Haney's jab is an A+, or Spence's jab is an A+.
Can I bring this to your attention real quick, bro? Just
you can bring anything. I'm wide
I
open.
would say out of 10 shots that Boots throw, 8 of them are power shots. I can't put him on the same level as a Haney or a Spence in terms of a jab, where 2 out of 10 of his shots are jabs. He just don't show it enough. He just don't. But
that's my point. You're equating him to a guy that has to show the jab. Because why? His backhand power is not the shot that's keeping these dudes off his ass.
Right, but you're asking your basic, what you're doing, bro, is
no, you're doing that. I never brought this up. You're doing that.
I didn't. You brought Boots up. I ain't bring Boots up, bro. You brought him up.
Oh, okay. So you brought up the jab scenario,
bro. Listen, you can't. Hold on. Hey, vlog. A person can't shoot 2 for 4 for 3, and you call him the best 3-point shooter in the sport. We need volume.
Okay, but my point being, you can't say you have the best jab in the game, and that's all you have.
Exactly. Of course you can.
Of course you can. Yeah, because
you can control.
Okay. Yeah. So your best weapon can be your only weapon, and that can be elevated over somebody that has that weapon plus a bunch of other shit.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
You'll never see how good. Hold on. Let me finish, bro. You'll never see how good a Boots jab is. Why? Because Boots has so many other things he can do. So we can see how good a Haney.
Rate him on what you can see.
Rate him on what you see. Rate him on what you see. You rarely see the jab, so how can you put it up there with everybody else's? You rarely
because
see it.
I rate the jab at the same level that he does everything else. The jab is great, the way the hooks is, the way the counters is, the way the body shots is. I rate the jab the same way I rate his hooks, his body shots, his uppercuts.
Can I give you an example?
I'm supposed to downplay his jab. Hold up, Shane. I'm supposed to downplay his jab because he throws a great overhand?
No, it's because he throws very few of them, bro. He throws very few of them.
Oh man, come on, bro. No, that don't. That's irrelevant, bro. Like just because you don't have to throw.
I'll give you an example. Wilder's main weapon was his right hand. That was his main weapon. And no matter who you put him up against, right hand for right hand, it does. I'm not gonna say Wilder doesn't have a good right hand because he doesn't throw a good uppercut. He doesn't have a good right hand because he doesn't throw a good check left hook. I'm not going to say
now.
That.
Can I stop you? Can I counter you with this?
Period.
And I'm not going to say Boots doesn't have a top-rated jab because he doesn't have to use it all throughout a 12-round fight, a 10-round fight.
He just hasn't used it in the same scenarios.
Oh my God! I just shot you down, bro. I just shot both of y'all down, bro.
That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not about whether he has to use it or not. It's the fact that he doesn't.
He does use the jab. Everybody, bro. So you telling me Boots comes out and he never starts a fight with a jab,
bro. We said who has the best jabs in the sport. volume has to equate in that, bro. Volume
I
has
never
to equate
said
in
it
that.
didn't. I never said
Right.
it didn't. But again, if I'm equating what you're bringing to the fight, and your jab is your number one, number two, and number three weapon, I have to question the rest of your arsenal. So then I have to reevaluate your only weapon.
But a vlog, and you disappointing me, bro, because you a historian.
No, I'm not.
You know, yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. What's the most important What's the most important punch in the sport, Blunt?
It is the jab.
Okay, so in order for you to have the best jab in the sport, you do have to use it. Am I correct?
And again,
Hey, hold on. You know what? Hold on. I got you, bro. I got you. Hold on.
Yes, you are right. Go.
I'm gonna break this down in something you understand, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna break this down in something you understand, bro. If you pull out that chopper and you shoot 2 times, I can't call you the best shooter in the game. I can't call you the best shooter on the block if you only bust that thing off twice. Correct?
First of all, you can call me the best shooter on the block if both the motherfucking shots count.
But it's only 2.
It don't matter.
A broke clock right 2 times a day. A broke clock.
That's
right
good.
2 times a day.
That means you can get the correct. Hold up. That means you can get the correct time at both them points of the day. Am I correct?
But
So
Devin
that means
Haney's
if I
getting it.
hold up.
Hold up.
I'm not finished. Let's go back to what I love to talk about, this gun game. If I knock off the right people with them 2 shots, the rest of the shit don't count.
Can I ask you a question?
The best shooter in the sport,
can I ask you a question, Blood? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
No.
With a jab. To me, you can't have the best jab in the game if you've never shown me a slow game with that jab. I'm sorry. And Boots has never shown me a slow game with that jab.
I think Floyd got a great jab, and I don't rate his.
I don't rate
his because he don't.
Now where I'm gonna agree with you guys is this point right here. This is why Boots is not in my top 5, because there are questions that you, a bunch of rest of other people haven't had their answers to just yet. So I had to take Boots out my top 5. Now I'm gonna go back to another reason. I'm gonna get out y'all way. The reason why I have Mel at number 1 is because he is proven and he's accomplished everything. So that's what we at.
Pound for pound or jab wise?
Pound for pound.
Okay. In terms of jab, Devin Haney's up there. I mean, I'd have to go through the list. I mean, I've seen there's fighters with great jab.
He's top 5 for sure.
Top 5. Errol Spence is top 5. I mean, there's some.
What guy got? Hold up. You know who got a nice jab? Jamal James got a nice jab too. Because if it wasn't for that jab, Budabayev would have killed that man.
He still got beat though, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, Jamal James. I would say Jamal James is probably top 10. I like his jab.
Nah, I don't know about top 10, but I
like his jab. YSM 100% Shane. He always leaves out the back door with his hands in his jacket like Fury. Yeah. And the thing is,
Fury gets away with it for the same reason Devin does. They're both very tall for the weight class.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, Fury kept making the same mistake. Like, he still does it to this day. Like, it's a habit. To this
day, he still does it. He just does it less because he's fighting forward now.
Ooh, this is a good question. John Hugh, do you think Rolly beats Kambosos? That's a good question, bro. Good question.
That's a tough question.
That's a tough question. So Kambosos beats Rolly?
I just answered it as into whether the other guy beats the other guy. I'm not answering it to say that Kambosos can beat Rolly. The way I'm gonna say that it's a no flat out, because both of them, based on foot placement, are at the same level. So then we have to go up from there. Okay, who better power, things of that nature, better combinations. But just based on where their footwork is out, I think it's an even fight. Because if you look at the end result of the Tank fight, it was his foot placement that got him in trouble.
That was a great counter shot too.
I mean, I agree. That's a 50-50 fight.
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't even mind seeing that fight next. That's a good fight for both guys. DM3 said, I have a question. Why is everybody so hyped on Tank Davis? He only fights people on Reggie Belt level. He doesn't fight with the rest of the big dogs, so he's truly not been tested. And
You
his
can
arms are
argue that
short.
you can argue that his resume is better than Devin Haney's.
You talking about Tank?
Yeah, you can argue that his resume is better than Devin Haney.
I doubt that because he hasn't gone to Mexico at 16 years old and fought in somebody's smoky bar room.
Who's Devin Haney's top 5 opponents?
See, you want to go opponents, and I'm going route. See, I'm just talking route. See, I'm talking route of. Hold up, can I finish, bro? Why? There's a difference in how we analyze it.
Saying. That's why I'm saying it. You're misconstruing.
I know it's not. You talking about competition, and I'm just adding that competition and the route that you're taking to get to that competition are two different things, too, bro. And it also makes you a better fighter.
But I'm talking about in response to DM3's comment, which was he's only fighting people on Reggie Belt level. And I'm saying when you look at the level, the peak level that Tank's fought at and the peak level that Devin Haney's fought at, the names, they're comparable. I would say Devin Haney's best name is what? I don't know. Who's Devin Haney's best name? Jojo Diaz, maybe Linares, maybe
his best name is the guy he just beat for
George
Undisputed.
Kambosos. Okay, let's say George
That's
Kambosos.
His best name. That's his best name.
Is George Kambosos better than
everybody that Tank just beat? Yes.
Better than Pedraza?
No, you know what? I'm gonna give him this. It's equivalent to the Barrios win. Equivalent to the Barrios win.
To me, I don't think it's better than Pedraza, and I don't think it's better than Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz is actually an elite fighter, especially at 130.
Leo Santa Cruz has the strength in his hands as pillow hands plant.
But he's still a better fighter than Kambosos.
Not if you're hitting me like my little baby girl. I'm walking that down and it's nothing. Like I can't equate your bobbing and weaving and getting 1,000 punches off that don't hurt.
He still achieved so much more than Kambosos. So much more than Kambosos.
You think Kambosos is better than Santa Cruz?
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes. Who do you think is better, Jeff? Who do you think is better, Kambosos or Santa Cruz?
Yeah, Kambosos ain't nowhere near Santa Cruz.
I was about to say, bro.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Y'all dudes is like I'm confused, bro. This is a dude, you know, and again, I have to reiterate my point. I do not like this dude. He's a real clown. But his boxing record has to be respected. This is a dude that's been on the road the majority of his career.
Bro,
he's winning in other people's backyard. Bro, Mickey Bay, Selby, Tiafimo, that run right there is just nasty.
Mickey Bay is past it. I don't want to know why. Mickey Bay was past it when he fought him. And what's it called? So Selby was past it when he fought him. Both of them dudes, I think, retired directly after the fight.
Bro, Selby was an eliminator. So how was he past it? Selby was an eliminator.
He's still fighting right now.
No, the fight itself was an eliminator fight. So how was he past it?
Is Selby still fighting right now? He retired after that fight.
You know why he's not fighting right now? Because George Kambosos inside the ring skills is so good that dude had to walk away from the game.
Whatever you smoke, I need to stay far away from that, bro. That is a different fact.
Hey, why you throw him that 35-mile-an-hour curveball over the plate? Yo, I love Blunt, yo. Right side of the building, it says salute G5 in the chat, man. Big shout out to you, family. Charul Asiatic, big shout out to you, family. He said he used it to get inside, then he works on the body.
I'm assuming that's Errol Spence.
Yeah, and he said Boots won his last fight with the jab. Hey, Asiatic, cut that out, bro. That fight lasted about a minute and 20 seconds, man. Stop that, bro. Stop that, man. Stop that, bro. Stop that, man. Stop that. You tried to sneak. You knew too. You tried to sneak that in here, man. Come on, man. Stop that.
I got
Salute to
another
you, though.
name for you.
Yeah.
Another name who has a real good jabber. No one ever took because normally heavyweights tend to have the best jab. I'll probably
Is it your Uncle Usyk? Is it your Uncle Usyk?
No,
okay.
Joe Joyce.
Joe
Joe
Joyce
Joyce
got a
got a
nice ass jab. Joe Joyce got a nice ass jab.
What's the name? Jab is not bad either. Dubois. I think we're gonna see that jab pay big dividends. He's gonna have to out jab Bryant to win that fight. He's not gonna be able to walk.
Nah, he's knocking Bryant clean out, bro.
He gonna mop Bryant.
But Bryant's main punch is the jab, so he's going to have to jab to get past that
with the jabber.
to get to the knockout.
I agree. Asiatic.
You didn't answer the question, bro. You just skipped it. But go ahead. But what's the question?
Shoot. My bad.
Bird always asking something.
He said, Shane, are you talking about punch? Pac-Man put down one time. Thurman went straight back. Pac-Man stepped forward.
I always talk about that. I always talk about that same reference. When you leave out the back door, Pacquiao had the ability to follow him out the back door. When you're caught in transition going from offense to defense, what you do is you try to transition your body out and then you lean back. And because someone follows you at the back door, they get hit. That happened with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in the first fight.
Burt Wood to make that statement more impressive in terms of Pacquiao is Pacquiao was actually able to make that adjustment and do it in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made that so impressive. So there's a lot of people that do it. Does the opponent have the ability to follow you out the back door?
Yeah.
If they follow you out the back door, it's a sign.
Probably.
Hit me. You know what I'm saying? Asiatic, he said that last fight, Boots' jab was razor sharp. Yeah, listen. Boots is sharp. Period. It's just we need people in the ring with Boots that's gonna extend him out. We need to see more Boots.
Having a fast jab is all
let me say this for the 100,000th time on this show. Boots is the greatest fighter in modern day boxing. He's not recognized by these guys because of this and of that.
Oh, I got this, Shane. Watch this. Where's Boots at in your pound for pound, sir?
Number 6.
He the best fighter in modern day time and ranked number 6 on your list. Hey, Blunt, cut that shit out, bro. So I'm trying to slide that through. Asante, what's going on? Play. He said, "What up, G5? What's up with you, family?
What's up?"
He said, Tank is a dog. That's why Loma Faco, Tia female, and Ryan ain't barking at him. So, all right. So I like those names.
I like that. That's funny.
But Asante, so here's the thing, bro. Tank needs to make a decision in terms of his promotional home. If he's affiliated with Floyd and he's affiliated with Al, he's not getting those fights. Let's just keep it a bean. He's not getting those fights. Period. He's not getting them. If he gets out of them contracts with them two, he probably can get all 3 of them fights.
Facts.
It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Charles Wilson.
That's what I want to. Let me get in here. Let me get in here. Why can't you see a guy see a super fight situation where these guys, where you say the Godfather, the untouchable Uncle Al won't do business with anybody, and he's in a system where, in all actualities, bro, he answered to somebody. Let's keep it 1,000.
Who does he
He's
answer
not the final say so.
Who does he answer?
He answered to the people who money he's spending. How about that?
But they don't make the boxing decisions, though.
Bro, again, if you're using their money to make the boxing decisions, why wouldn't they have say so? Just answer my question.
I can answer that. I can answer it.
You know why what Blunt is saying is true? Because you remember last year, and I hope people remember this, last year when PBC were doing what they were doing. In fact, I'll bring it to a time where people will definitely remember. You remember when PBC was putting on all of those shows for free? Cool. All of those fight cards for free. And then all of a sudden they went from showing free boxing to $100 pay-per-views. Main reason why they did that It was purely and simply because he answers to somebody. He was spending somebody's money, and they needed that money back. That's why he started doing $100 pay-per-views, $85 pay-per-views. That's why we saw last year. There's no way we saw last year Andy Ruiz versus Aviola, $100 pay-per-view. Charles Martin versus Ortiz, $45 pay-per-view. You don't make that on a boxing decision. You make that because an executive at the top level has said, we need to recoup some of this money we're investing in Fox, or the money we're investing in Showtime.
So yes, that's true. But at the same time, when have you seen Al Heyman? This is for both of y'all, since y'all want to agree. When have you seen Al Heyman send a A-level fighter
Never
across the street for a big fight?
Never.
Answer me a question. And all right, I'll respond to your question with a question. Is the game changing or is the game not changing?
Not on that
aspect. Hell no.
So you telling me, so hold up. This is what I'm telling you. On that aspect, I'm going to say you're probably correct. You know why? Because the dinosaurs haven't quite died out. But the dinosaurs are dying, bro. The game is going to change. It's inevitable. Shit changes all the freaking time. Sometimes you got to wait for death to make the change happen. Sometimes you get youngsters like, hold up. You get youngsters like Devin Haney betting on themselves, saying, you know what? I'm going to take the long route there. It may not be hella profitable, but when I get there, the bag going to be there waiting for me.
Nah, I respect what Devin Haney's done, but let me show you an example. Yeah. Look at Jamal Charlo. This dude literally sacrificed Jamal Charlo's career because Jamal Charlo's drier than a desert right now, bro. This dude's name is ice cold in these streets, bro. I mean, you're putting up against people like Sulecki and all of those dudes, bro. He's got him in a division where he had Canelo at the division, Andrade, Danny Jacobs, Golovkin, and he didn't send him over there once. He just kept him on that side of the street and kept him cold the whole time.
So all right, to prove my point that things change, did not what Don King doing not last, but forever long it lasted 10, 15 years, 20 tops. At some point it ended. So what Al's doing is going to end. It may not end in this era where we get to see these cross the street fights, but what I'm telling you, it will end.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. But the topic of discussion is Tank Davis.
That's my point. So why? That leads me back to the question. He's the oldest of these statesmen that we're talking about. So you're not going to cash out on him to the max level that you can? Because the max level is not.
The problem is, bro, is because you know what they could do? They can put Tank Davis in there with a Kevin Farmer or a Prograde and still make ridiculous amounts of money and keep it in-house. That's the problem.
No, the fans ain't gonna want to see that, and the fans will tell you that by yourselves. Trust me, if they came with another pay-per-view with Tank, and it's not with a minimum second-tier star, it's not gonna sell, bro.
I don't know.
Hold on.
I didn't pay for this last one, and I paid for the first two.
Hey, Blunt. He did 19,000 with Rolly.
19,000 pay-per-views?
No.
Pay-per-views?
19,000 in the building with Rolly.
That's gate shit, bro. That's cool. But right. But my point is Rolly made that fight. They were using, in all essence, Rolly. Which, how many more Rollies they got? Answer me that.
Blunt, none.
Thank you. That's my point.
But Shane, Blunt, you tell me one person that looked at the TV and was like, yo, I'm gonna pay this pay-per-view to go see Rolly. Not one.
Again, that's my point. You know what they were using? They were using his Latin heritage to sell him in New York. Thank you. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, but that counts, bro. But that counts for the gate. That counts for the gate.
Again, bro. That's my point. You keep falling into my point. You can't keep doing that and think it's going to work,
bro.
At some point. So you telling me? Did they not throw Mike Tyson to the sharks? At some point, Mike Tyson had to go in there and swim with the orcas.
Different errors, though.
But
Different
bro, it's
errors.
different errors. But bro, he did
The same concept applies. You have a marketable product.
Bro,
you're going to have to market that product
but
in the field.
Wait.
He broke a record. He broke the Barclays record with Rolly.
No,
You
but
understand?
wait,
you understand how crazy that is?
No, I want to address what Blunt just said. What you got to look at is they will sell out Tank if Tank is in there with a PBC fighter. They ain't sending him over there to another network, bro. It's the same thing with Don King and Mike Tyson. Don King fought basically his whole career under Don King Promotions, bro. Unless it's under PBC, you ain't gonna see Tank versus no other fighter.
My point is, how many rollies do you have where you can keep setting these quote-unquote records? 19,000 is cool, bro. I just saw a motherfucking 55,000 stadium be sold out. And that's because of an American fighter. Because if he was down there fighting another Australian, it'd have probably been about 10,000 in that motherfucker. And it wouldn't have been held in.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
So you telling me Cambosa's got that pull? He filling out a 19-seat stadium, a 20-seat stadium?
I didn't see one American in that stadium for 53,000.
That's my point. They came to see the American lose. They weren't paying for their guy. They're coming to see the American lose.
Nah, but I have to disagree with that.
Look on my Instagram. If you look on my Instagram and you see the first shot that I took of that fight, the right in the background, the thing that caught my mind was dude in the back like this. So everybody in that building, or a majority of people, came to see Devin lose. Point being, and they paid for it. They said, yeah, I'll drop 1,500, I'll drop 1,500, whatever them heavy price seats was. They wasted their money.
Hey, bro. If that's the case, then Devin Haney would sell out every single arena that he steps in.
In Australia.
Hold on. See, Jeff, that's where you can mislead people by that statement. If you're on enemy's territory, if you're in the enemy's backyard.
Give me another Australian. Give me another Australian, Shane.
At 135, I don't even know another one Australia at 135.
Thank you. The biggest Australian lightweight that they have is a 2-fight Australian champion.
So you're telling me? So you telling me that 40,000 people came there to see Devin Haney lose and not to see Cambosis? Is that what you're telling me?
I'll give you 80% of the people came to see Devin Haney lose.
But the reason they're going, they're going to see Devin Haney lose because who has to perform the job?
Who has to
perform the job?
Hold on, Jeff. You're acting like the people that actually bought them tickets are rational human beings, or are these sheep?
What?
Are they sheep? Understand, bro. What you gotta understand, bro?
What?
I don't know if you know about the Australian market that much, but Tim Tszyu sells out crazy stadiums in Australia as well, bro. Like 25,000.
Because they coming to see him. They're coming to see him, bro.
Let me say this: Tim Tszyu has something that Cambosis doesn't have. Lineage.
I'm just saying that these Australian fans are more than.
I'm just saying.
You're not even listening to me, bro.
I heard you. I just counted your point. You just said Tim Tszyu sells out stadiums.
No, I didn't. I said something after that. I said, bro, these Australian fans are more devoted than you think. That's what I'm telling you. They support their own. The reason why you're confused is because Americans don't support their own. That's why you're surprised.
See, now that's where you're misleading. If they supported their guy so much, why was he on the road?
Why was who?
They supported him now.
Why? What? No, the government supported him. The government supported him. That wasn't a private entity that said, you know what, we got $40 million. Let's invest in this mega fight and get our money back. However, we get it back. Why? Because
they're going to be able to recoup it. The government knew they were going to be able to recoup it because the fans were going to show up. I didn't see, bro. I saw people there.
Bro. Y'all dudes act like y'all are so correct when y'all get checked on y'all points, and y'all just can't sit back and be like, you know what? That's actually right. My point may still be valid, but he checking me and he giving me so much game that I'm just missing it because I'm on my carpet. I'm on my Aladdin right now. I'm in the clouds. I can't hear nobody.
You're making a statement with no premise, because I've never seen Devin Haney sell rice. I've never seen him sell nothing. So I don't know where I'm gonna all of a sudden give this credit.
That's what I'm just talking about. You act like it was Devin Haney selling. What you misunderstand about how you can lead sheep is you can easily, it takes one sheep. It takes one sheep to lead a whole flock to slaughter. So how easy
Devin Haney got that type power. He got that type pull.
Listen to me.
Go ahead.
You want to keep going. See what I'm saying? See how you're doing? You're acting like mainstream media. Like what you're saying, it relevates my point. Stop. Let me finish. It's not about Devin Haney. Devin Haney's the carrot. Devin Haney's the carrot.
It's not about Devin Haney?
Devin Haney's the carrot. If you telling me you have to market it to people that don't really know George Kambosos, haven't truly supported George Kambosos, because if he was supported that way, why hadn't he had a big fight in his home country before this point of his career without the federal government supporting the fight with some private entity, the fans, the boxing commission, anybody else besides the government?
Oh, Shane, can I get this one? Can I get this one, please?
Yeah.
Can I get this one?
Man.
So you just made all of the
claims, right?
Can I
finish? It's not a claim, bro. It's not a claim, bro.
Can I finish?
Again, you ain't let me finish. But
you just said go. You just told me to go.
Bro, you just told me to go. Keep cutting in anyway. So go ahead, bro. You ain't gonna listen anyway. So go ahead.
Bro, at the end of the day, you just said 80% of the people. See, you can cut me off now. You just said 80% of the people bought tickets to see Devin Haney lose. Correct? That's what you said, right?
Yeah,
you said that.
You said that, right?
I just said that.
All I'm asking you.
Don't ask me.
You said the sheep and all. So how we gonna have a discussion if I can't ask you no questions?
Bro, because you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're acting like I'm telling you that Devin Haney is the selling bag. Devin Haney's a carrot. Somebody, if you can tell your country there's an enemy coming to the country to take something that's ours. Oh, well, who got it? This dude right here. Support this guy. They put him on the front line. You think the people ain't gonna come show up? They don't have to know who this guy is. So you're giving the Australian fans actually more credit than what they should. That means that they're smart. That means that they're smart. They're just homers. You're Homer.
So if you're hold on. So if you're a homer, right? You're a homer for the hometown guy, not for the road guy. You're a homer for the hometown guy, bro. That's why it's called a homer.
And you know how you support your hometown guy? By showing up to the fight and cheering. Doesn't necessarily mean
to support your hometown guy. They're there to see their hometown guy.
But you're not going for the that's my point. You act like it's directed for him. It's directed for the purpose of him being the same thing you are. It has nothing to do with whether you know him, believe in his skills, or anything like that.
I never heard of a road guy selling out a stadium in the home guy's town.
All right, bro.
I never heard. I'm done. I never heard that, bro.
Let me stop right there. Stop right there, bro. Just because you laughed and said you've never heard of it, you're going to tell me that's not a sellable marketing point? That's not something that's going to get the enemy to the fucking show?
But they're there to see their guy, bro.
No, bro, that's what you think.
Bro, their guy. So who's gonna make Haney lose, bro? Who's gonna make Haney lose? Who's gonna make Haney lose? Hold on.
Stop.
Hold on.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Listen.
No, I don't have to listen because you're not listening.
80% of the people are there. 80% of the people are there to see Haney lose. Who is there to make him lose?
Does that matter?
Guy.
Does that matter? No, again,
dirt on this one, bro.
You keep talking. You keep talking. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, would you please? Because you're pissing me the fuck off. Just be
here, bro.
Bro, what the fuck, man? Come the fuck on, bro. Like, goddamn, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Bro, can I finish my? You just said they came to support that guy. Why wouldn't they just come to see this dude lose? So that don't make no fucking sense.
Who's gonna make him lose?
It don't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Shane, who is Haney in the ring with? Who is Haney in the ring with? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Who did he fight Saturday, Shane?
Oh my God, bro! You keep talking. You keep talking, bro.
Wait.
Do that matter if you just come to see the American lose? Do that matter who's in it?
It's up to the other person that's in the ring with him, bro.
The reason why,
bro, like you be really. You talk about the mainstream media and then you act just like them. You act just like them. It's the most valid point.
These arguments,
bro. It's no spanking, just like that's my point. Just because you said that. Fuck is you talking about? So you telling me?
One second.
No, bro. This nigga right here, bro. He be acting real funny style, bro. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
Go ahead, Shane. Go ahead.
I got one statement, bro. I got one statement.
What is this dude talking about, bro?
I got one statement. If this is the case, and this is all I'm saying, if the fans came to see an American lose, and it didn't matter about the home fighter, that means the home fighter, the Americans should be leaving with a bigger purse. Because that's what used to happen with Floyd. People used to come and watch Floyd lose, and Floyd used to leave with a bigger purse. So that
all right, I can counter you.
Please.
Did Floyd ever have a fight paid for by a government entity?
No.
That's my point. So you're going to tell me, based on you bringing up Floyd, and this is a scenario where the government of Australia paid for a big fight for a fighter that have never invested $1 in. Now he's
a champion. They done that because he's a champion. That's why they done it. They done
all right, bro. All right, whatever you say, bro. Whatever champion have they put on a fight for this scale? Did they do that for Jeff Bennett?
Yes, they did. Pacquiao flew all the way from Philippines to fight Jeff Horn because the government.
That's my point, bro. Was they really paying Jeff Horn for who he was, or were they paying Pacquiao to help make Jeff Horn to help?
They were paying Pacquiao. They were paying Pacquiao, and guess what? Pacquiao got a bigger purse than Jeff Horn. But guess what? Kambosos got a bigger purse than Haney. So what are you? You just contradicted yourself just there.
No, I'm not contradicting. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
If the government, let's use your example. If the government was using Haney as a carrot, just like they used Pacquiao as a carrot, therefore
was Horn the champion? Was Horn the champion? Was Horn the champion? Who was Pacquiao the champion?
Pacquiao was the champion.
That's my point. So why would you not pay the champion more money than you're going to pay the challenger? What the fuck are you talking about?
So let me ask you a question.
No, you can't ask no more questions. You can't ask no more questions. You cannot, bro, because you just farted in your own mouth. You just farted in your own mouth. Fuck out of here, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Let me ask you a question. Y'all fucking wordplay is so high level that y'all are not contradicting your fucking selves. Fuck out of here, bro.
One second.
No.
Wait. 1 second. If what you said is true, that means in the rematch, Devin Haney should be getting more money than Kambosos, correct?
I don't know what I don't know what the pre-signed clause was.
Saying the championship
I don't know that. So hold up, bro. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? You keep yelling. Do we know, bro? Do we know that he did not sign a 2-fight deal to play the B-side money-wise, regardless of if he was a champ? Why would I say that? Because he believes in himself.
But if you're going to be the B-side and be the one who's drawing
I said money-wise. I just said money-wise. I just said on the base on the money. I don't know that that's not true.
How could you be the B-side and be the one drawing the crowd?
Like, shut the fuck up. You so much of talking, you don't listen. So you know for a fact that the 2-fight rematch clause contract signed by Devin Haney was not a contract signed that in both situations he's not the major money earner. Do we not know that? I don't know that.
Can I answer that question?
Have you seen the contract? Have you seen the contract?
Devin Haney said himself, and I quote, I will take the rematch, but the decision or the contract has to be revised. The only reason why he would say that is because but that means originally he
what?
If he was the draw, why am I taking the lesser money? That's what I'm
Bro, what?
asking. If I'm the draw,
Because,
why am I taking
bro,
the lesser money?
all right, bro. So you telling me that fighters don't get fucked in contractual situations? They know what's up. They like, yo, let me grab these belts. Let me come double back and renegotiate.
Not by people. Not by people
Oh my
who's the
God,
draw.
bro. Come on, bro. I'm done talking to
Maybe,
y'all dudes, bro. I'm done
maybe
talking to y'all dudes, bro.
no,
Y'all
wait,
need to go
wait.
talk.
You brought
Y'all
up a
need to
good
go talk to
question.
the rest of them casuals. I'm not
You
them
brought up
fucking
you brought
dudes,
up a
bro.
good question.
Stop
You brought
talking
up
to
a
me
good
like I'm a
question.
fucking idiot, bro.
You brought up a good question. Name me one draw in boxing. A draw. A person who draws a crowd more than the other fighter who signs a shitty deal. Name me one fighter. Name me
I'm gonna
one
tell
fighter.
you one, and I'm gonna tell you one in the history, and he was the first person to do it and negotiate his own contract. Jack Johnson took
Bro,
more money.
we're going back to 1901.
Again, it's happened. So it's precedent. Is that not something called precedent? Do you not understand law? Do you not understand law? It's something called precedent. You can both laugh.
Cool,
I gave you an example.
cool.
I gave you an example,
Bro.
and
We're
I
Can I get
going
a
gave
back
you.
to
more? Can I get a more
1901, bro.
recent one? Can I get a more
No.
recent one?
It
I
don't
can't get a
matter
more
if that's the
recent one.
precedent. It doesn't matter if that's the
Okay,
precedent.
bro.
It
That
doesn't
is
fucking
very
matter.
good comparable.
Okay, bro.
That is
So
a very good
when we talk law and we talk, okay, why are things the way they are? Something happened to set this precedent. You just said, oh, Manny Pacquiao got paid more money than Horn. Manny Pacquiao was the champion. Oh, that's not the same as Devin Haney not getting paid more.
I didn't say
Bro,
that's not
you
the
just
same.
did, bro. I'm done talking to you, bro, because you're lying to
I did not
everybody.
say that's not the same. I said
Bro,
that
you
means in a
just farted and
rematch
shit it
when
in your
Devin
mouth.
Haney.
You bought the
No, I
rematch in comparing. You bought the rematch in trying to fucking clean up the fact that you said, oh, Jeff Horn got the government to pay for it. He didn't get more money than Pacquiao. Pacquiao was a champion. Pacquiao was a champion.
He wasn't getting paid on the premise of being a champion, bro. That's
Yes,
what
the
you're not understanding.
bro.
He's getting paid on the
So you
premise
tell
of
me
being a draw.
You tell me what fight that the champion get paid less money than the challenger.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Cambosis versus Devin Haney rematch, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Cambosis versus Devin Haney rematch. It was in the contract. That's why they need to renegotiate. What are you talking
Now
about,
hold
bro?
up, that's my point. Now that's my point. When you signed that contract, are you not signing that belief in yourself? Belief in yourself.
But you're saying he's the draw. You're saying he's the draw, bro. You're saying he's the draw.
No, I said, why did that building get set the way it was set? Because you had the enemy, an American, coming into your country to take something from a fellow countryman. Whether you knew this countryman, supported this countryman or not, the sheep of the country, and every fucking country does it, from Mexico to the United States, they just gonna support they fucking people.
Bro,
that's not saying Devin Haney in himself is the draw. The setup is the draw. This is where you dudes with the side talking and the kiki are not understanding the premise of my point.
Because I don't see that happen in boxing other than this one isolated scenario that you're bringing up. And you brought up a president of 1901 for when the last. We're ignoring 100
No, that's
years
the first time it was done in the same country we talking about. In the same country we talking about, where the first time a black man
boxing since.
Bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like seriously, bro.
I just, yo, that's how I know I won the argument with him. When he get mad and shit, that's how I know I won the argument. Did I not tell you that off camera? I said, yo, when you hear click clacks and all that in the background, I know I got him. Like, that was BoxingFirst Vlog. I hope he come back in here, man.
It's funny
right now, but because I'm like, if that's the case, then every American should just fight on the road.
Literally,
if his premise is true.
Literally.
So for the 100th episode, Vlog done exited stage left. Asante, Barrios, and Pitbull Cruz can beat everybody Devin beat.
I
gotta
mean,
think about that
you
one,
can't.
bro.
I do not disagree with that statement.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. He said, "What's up, G5 Jeff TV and brothers?" Charles Wilson, what's going on with you, player? Asiatic, he said, "Go back and watch it. It was jab, double jab." No, hold on, bro. Asiatic, listen. We're not saying that Boots jab is not good. We not saying that. All we're saying is we see that jab in small sample sizes because he's so dynamic and everything else. So I can't rank his jab because he is a small sample size. I just need a bigger sample size. That's all. That's all. It's seismic glare. What's going on with you?
That Glucinov definitely could extend beats. I don't know about that.
I don't know. Asante, I want to see Rashidi Ellis versus Boots. It's a good fight. Good fight.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. Tommy Jones in the building. Big shout out to Tommy Jones. Said Boots is the best fighter in the world, bar none, and Devin Haney is 1A. I think Blunt done came in on his burner account. But nah, I think Boots is gonna be. You give him like 2 years, he's gonna be legit
Pound for pound,
dude, pound for pound in like 2 years. But he needs the opponents to validate it, bro. Like, I love Boots. He needs the opponents to validate it, but we need guys to step into the ring with him too. Asante, when Bob Arum died, Floyd is going to attack Bob Arum's stable. You know what, Asante, I'm gonna tell you where I disagree with that. Anybody that's a threat to Floyd's legacy, he don't want them anywhere around him. Because if you really think about it, right? If you think about it, he should have signed Shakur. He should have signed Devin Haney. He should have signed what's Blunt's guy? What's the dude he mentioned all the time?
What weight class?
At 135.
Oh, you mean the young dude that just come out of the Olympics. What's his name again?
Yeah, I forgot his name. But yeah, he should have signed all them dudes though. Like with Floyd's cachet.
Keyshawn
Davis. So I don't think he would, bro. If that was the case, bro, he would have signed Shakur and Devin because he's been following them since they was kids. You know what I mean? Tommy Jones, Devin and Boots may not ever lose a fight. You may be right. Asante, when hold on. He said okay. Burt Wood, ain't no sunshine when I'm gone. I know. Hey Burt, man, you come in here and talk your stuff, brother.
I think that's in reference to what Eddie Hearn was saying about.
Yeah. Asante, he said Tank going to sell out no matter who he fight.
Yeah, facts.
But that's why I said it's yeah, he's gonna, and we talking about the gate. We're not talking about the pay-per-views, we talking about the gate. Charles Wilson, boxing is politics, red and blue. One is Republicans, one is Democrats. Folks pay attention to the game. Welcome to Rome. All rules lead to Rome, the world to theatrics. Actors and actresses make it G. Yeah, politics all the way through. He said, make it happen to reality. Yeah, like that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Asante laughing. Yeah, Charles Wilson, it was a psychological warfare. Y'all know that it's all a game. It's all about business. Yeah. I mean, you know, that's the big thing about it. Asiatic laughing of Two Fly ENT. He said, of not KO, I'm taking teeth. He said, hell yeah, they do. Hold on. He said, y'all BoxingFirst Vlog is trying to teach y'all the psychological mind games of warfare that you're playing. He's educating us. Pay attention and listen. Not here. Man, he got 2 burner accounts, yo.
Literally.
No, we love BoxingFirst Vlog, man. But when he's
just so funny.
When he's wrong, when he feel like he losing an argument, he get like that.
No. The thing is, he feels like he's right. That's if he felt like he was wrong, he would at some point admit that he's wrong. He feels like he's right, but the truth is, in this situation, the fact that he brought up an example of 1901 And I just asked for one example. You brought up an example of 1901 or whenever that fight was.
I said,
It's not a very good reference.
I said, give me one more recent. He told me no. So I just,
I mean,
like, I'm trying to expand the conversation, and he tells me no.
It's very simple, bro. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I understood. Of course, anybody that goes into somebody else's hometown, the crowd is there to see the road guy lose. Yes, that part is true. But the reason they buy the tickets is to see their hometown guy do it. He's only in the ring with one other person.
Literally.
So I'm like,
that's why you saw the hundreds of thousands of Greek fans there, or tens of thousands of Greek fans there. Those Greek fans aren't even Australian.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. He said what happened. Jack Johnson, a beast. Rocky Marciano would have beat Floyd's record. You might be right.
He didn't.
Pac-Man got way more money. That's false.
That was false.
Said Pac-Man got way more money. I'm assuming he's talking about Floyd. If that's the case,
no, Pac-Man got way more money against Jeff Horn.
Oh, than Jeff Horn. Yeah,
that's
correct.
My point.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point
I was trying to make was this is the point when I brought up Jeff Horn and Pacquiao, in a sense that Pacquiao was the draw. Pacquiao was the draw, despite the fact that the fans would have come over to see an Australian beat Pacquiao. Pacquiao was the draw, so he got more money. If they were now, what Blunt was saying was that's because Pacquiao was the champion. Now I'm saying the premise of the argument has to be weak, because if that's the case, then that means when Devin Haney's the champion in a rematch, that means he should be getting more money than Kambosos. The whole point of them even having a rematch clause and there being a revision of the contract is because in the original contract there would have had to be a discrepancy in terms of payment, because Devin Haney, and I agree, would have signed backing himself to win the fight. But obviously, you're in a situation where the fans, 50,000 fans came out there. They came out there to see an Australian fight. Fight. The situation before, why they didn't put money behind him before, was he wasn't known. He wasn't a known Australian. He had a big fight, and the Australian fans decided to back him after. That's all it was. Yeah. All it was.
So he said there is fights where champions do get paid less.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. But the point is, Blunt was trying to say, yeah, champion and the draw. We was trying to tell him like it can't be both. Because I'm like, Spence, because if you look at it, when Spence went to the UK to fight Kell Brook bag was bigger than Spence's.
By far.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's not. He was the draw. Yeah.
It didn't matter whether it didn't matter whether Errol Spence was the champion or not.
Yeah.
Another example of this is Anthony Joshua and Ruiz. Anthony Joshua wasn't champion in Saudi Arabia. Ruiz was the champion in Saudi Arabia.
And AJ was the draw, so he got the bigger bag. If you the draw, more than likely you're going to get the bigger bag. Like I don't know how clear you can, because I'm like, if Devin Haney had that type of pull, then he would sell out in the States. Like if he had that type of pull, but you know, he said
I rarely see the draw get less money. You rarely see the draw get less money.
You rarely see it. BFV still wins a fight though versus Blue Hoodie. Hey, listen. BFV got some illegal weapons. It wouldn't be a fair fight. He said, I love it. He said, you killing me. LOL. Hey, listen, man, we glad y'all enjoying it, man. Like
fun, I swear to God.
He said, Jeff, what happened? He said, speak it quick. What happened? He said Haney looked amazing. Bro, what happened is one of our typical arguments that we have on camera. And this is the first time he exited stage left. Usually he'll just turn his screen black and you'll just hear stuff in the background, but he just went OD today. I think he did it because it was the 100th episode, but that's neither here nor there though. But that's my guy, man. We fight like that all the time, man. Off
Last
camera,
time it
all
was
that.
me and Jeff, and me and Blunt versus Jeff. That's what it was.
Yeah,
last.
that was. I think was that like a week ago. That was
Yeah.
like a week ago. I was on here snapping on both of them.
About
Asiatic
Devin and
about
Cambodia.
Haney and Cambosis. That damn Cambosis, man. That damn Cambosis. Asiatic. He said, "True indeed." Two fly. By the way, I'm KOing everything loud. That's funny. Yeah, hey, bro, man, it's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy.
Run through these
We're gonna run
comments.
through these to get up out of here. Charles Wilson, resting my feet, brother. Hey, man, that's what we supposed to do, baby. Two fly. Terrence Bud Crawford, the best boxer in the globe. He gonna have a chance to prove it, bro. Terrence gonna put Spence away before the 11th. Wow. Okay. Joseph Gwilt in the building, my guy. He said 100%. Excellent work, guys. Man, we trying. If it wasn't for Blunt, man, it wouldn't even be a show.
It's always entertaining.
We call him the X Factor for a reason, man. We love him. Two fly with that Terrence Bud Crawford, best in the globe, pound for pound, greatest in the globe. Asiatic, Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, I could not get that name out, bro. He said Spenceroni gonna look like pepperoni. Terrence gonna finish him. My man got bars. Okay, so he's on the Terrence Bud Crawford tour. He said, "Much love, G5. Stay up, Pimp Sauce. Appreciate you, baby." He said TBC gonna put Spence away.
Bro, I can't wait for that fight because one of these fans, whether it's Crawford fans or Spence fans,
somebody got to shut up. That's what we said about Wilder and Fury. He was like, somebody crowd got to shut up. Gargaruga. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Big shout out to you. We're gonna call you G because my pronunciation ain't on point. But Big G,
I thought that was actually pretty good, to be honest.
I think so, but I'm gonna fumble at it eventually, so I'm just gonna call him G. If Haney gets Loma next, what's your prediction on that fight? That's a tough fight, bro. Tough fight. 50-50, bro. 50-50. Depending on what Loma shows up. If Loma shows up, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. He said maybe George step aside if guaranteed to fight the winner of Haney versus Cambosis. That's what we're hoping for. I doubt it though. Because the thing is, you need to strike while the iron hot. Because if he waits, if the government doesn't pay for it, there is no rematch. So he needs to do it while his interest still there, man. But we're gonna close it out right there, man. 2 hours and 12 minutes strong, man. We done got hung up on by Vlog in this show. I don't care what he says. I definitely toasted in both sides of the bread. You know what I'm saying? Definitely both sides of the bread.
The reason why it's just so funny, and I just find it so amazing when I'm in these debates is because I look at things and I'm like, I could genuinely see he believes what he's saying. He genuinely believes what he's saying, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you couldn't be so further away from accuracy.
I love Blunt, man. I love him. He just, if you the draw, you're gonna get the bigger bag. That's just the bottom line of it.
You gotta have more than a point of reference than 1901.
That's what I'm saying, but you can't tell me 80% of the people are there to see Haney lose. He said he's the carrot. The carrot should get the bigger bag. It's really that simple. He should get the bigger bag. And I know how much he got for that fight. I know to the exact dollar how much he got for that fight. And I know how much he's supposed to get in the second fight pre-renegotiation. And I didn't even pull that out the bag. So the people that's new in here, you may hear Boxing First Vlog and Shane going at it like that. You may hear Vlog and myself going at it, or you might hear me and Vlog going to Shane, or Shane and Vlog going at me. It's
rarely that people going at Jeff. It's either people going at me or people going
at Blunt. Just to let y'all know, we talk every single day, and it ain't like that. Like, that's just what we do. So I don't want y'all to be alarmed.
Today is just the 100th episode.
It's the 100th episode.
He wanted some ratings. Jeff's
he wanted some
alive. That's what
he close out alive early, like but because I love him so much, man, I'm gonna put up his YouTube stuff. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Boxing First Vlog, man. Go follow his channel, man. That's the big bro for real. He'll probably smack the shit out of me right now if I was standing next to him. But I ain't nowhere near him, so he can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But go follow his channel, man. One of the more unique guys you're gonna find, you know, covering the sport, man. One of the more entertaining guys you're gonna find in the sport. Definitely go check his article out on g5jeftv.com, man. He's doing great work. You know, and part 2 should be out this week of Division Kings. And, you know, he's doing great work, man. Like I said, one of the great boxing minds, you know, despite the shit he tried to pull about 15 minutes ago. But that's my guy, though. A big shout out to BoxingFirst Vlog. Give me your social media, Shane.
I_am Shane the number 1.
Only on Instagram. Charles Wilson, he said, y'all rest yourselves, brothers, and rest them feet and restore yourselves and elevate and appreciate it, man. We appreciate you, good brother. I'm all over the place, man. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5JeffTV, website, G5JeffTV.com, man. We hopefully putting the finishing touches on this sponsor thing so we can get season 3 started. Big shout out to Will Stokes, man. Winner of the season 2 prediction league. Big shout out to Joseph Gwilt, winner of the season 1 prediction league. We're gonna get season 3 started in prompt time. And hey man, y'all tuned in to the best podcast, the best boxing podcast, period. The Goodfellas podcast, episode 100. So on behalf of BoxingFirst Vlog, aka the General, aka Blunt, aka Blunt Bayless, aka Mr. 1K, Mr. Exit Stage Left, and your boy VP Shane, man. I'm G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. On behalf of the staff, we will be here tomorrow for episode 101. Appreciate y'all. Peace.